Good morning, traders. Already got a crowd. Morning, Kenneth, who loves Lunatic, Bob Peterson, Bob Smith, Rick Shelton, Tamimi, Sandra, Jay, and Mr. Rodriguez. Thank you for joining us this morning. Please hit the like button for me if you haven't already done so. Good morning, Lewis, James, two stray dogs. And not being able to be here yesterday, I've kept feeling like I was leaving something off my schedule. So it feels good to be back. Sometimes I got to take care of business. Good morning, James. Not seeing anything this morning yet. I've been watching since early. Good morning, Parabolic. Parabolic, did you look in the admin section? Good deal. Hopefully we'll get something to buy this morning. Yeah, James, I kind of find that a little bit curious that Apple is launching the iPhone right when Elon announced that he's going to launch his. I guess it's going to be a competition battle. I think everybody's going to lean towards Elon. I think his phone's probably a lot more private than Apple. Let's see what's happening here. It is 6 o'clock. I'm not seeing any numbers rising. If you are new here, we are watching this column for volume spikes. We watch for these numbers to take off. That tells us buyers are on the stock. Good morning, Gregster. If you're new here, I'll do a walkthrough about 6:20, maybe 6:30. Kind of been a quiet week for pre-market. I don't know about yesterday. I wasn't here, but from what I hear, it was pretty quiet. Did see the stock symbol yesterday, WE. It made a nice move. Maybe y'all caught some of that. Yes, sir. If you haven't visited our penny stocks, please do so. Gregster is very active in that department. He would love for you to check out what he's posting. He's not just putting random stocks in there. He's doing his homework. I would say it's worth a look. Watching this column, we do this every day. It's repeat, repeat, repeat. Watch for spikes. Once this number starts rising, click on it and check it out. This is the best scanner you've ever seen. Sometimes we get multiple choice. We're in a tough market right now, so picking is slim, but we're still finding the ones that move. If you haven't done so, set your volume spike to 0.0, and the way you do that is right-click on the name, go to Edit Formula. You want to change this number right here to 0.0. Make sure that the chart you're trading on, the time in force, is set to EXT, or you will not be able to trade pre-market. Pretty quiet so far. Congratulations, Gregster. All right, since it's quiet, I'll go ahead and do the walkthrough so the new people are not totally lost. I am Ricky Gaspard. I am a guy that trades from his home office. I've been trading since 1990, and I am also a ThinkScript coder. I coded this volume spike indicator and this pullback strategy. This volume spike indicator monitors the entire pre-market. So this is our pre-market scan. This scan will pull up anything that's in pre-market, and this indicator will find anything that's moving in pre-market. As they start moving, they pop up to the top of the screen here, so you don't have to go searching for them. You don't have to search for stocks at night. You just come in the morning, turn it on, and they'll start popping up if they're moving. Once we get one moving, we click on it and go over to the chart. We watch for this moving average crossover. This is the 8, this is the 21. We watch for these green arrows to start popping in, and it'll look much better than this. Once we confirm that we have a crossover in arrows, we watch for a bullish signal up here, which is measuring the volume in the current candle. Down here we have the overall volume. It'll let us know if there's more buyers or more sellers in the volume. So to make it easy, you see a spike, you click on it, you confirm that it's moving over. You get a crossover in arrows, you see this bullish. Down here, there's more buyers than sellers. And we did have a bullish up here for the current candle, but it just died. So it's that quick. You do this over and over and over, and it's just so fast. You see this, you already see this. You see green and green, and you make your decision to buy. This is what we're looking for. There's no promises on how high it will go, but at least we get to let you know as soon as it starts moving. Some of them go pretty high. You just have to keep an eye on them, just like normal trading. Once they start moving, wait till they decline and move on to the next one. If it works out for you, make your decision. If you haven't joined our YouTube channel, I'll put the link down here below in the chat box. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's how I get paid. Everything is free. All of the teaching, the indicators, the knowledge of all of the investors that are over on Discord. Of course, you get my knowledge every day. Over on Discord, I know we're growing fast, maybe 850 by now, so that would be 850 traders. Everyone's communicating. If you have any questions, you can talk to any of the traders. If they have an answer for you, they will respond. If you have support questions, leave us a comment in support. If I can't get to you, somebody will. We'd love to have you on board. Watch all of the YouTube videos over and over and over. Pound this stuff into your head. It's very important. Watch the old ones, watch the new ones. Like the videos, share the videos. Help me make a penny. Somebody got to buy my coffee tomorrow morning. And thank you for joining us today. So now we go back to watching this column. Hopefully we'll make some money this morning. Pretty bad market. It's been a bad market for quite some time, but we are finding some winners occasionally. Looks like ThinkorSwim's running a little bit slow this morning. So over in this column, make sure you check the red ones as well. They could just be a minor pullback, ready for the next run up. Not seeing too much yet. This one's trying to go. Watching these percentages, that's what we do. Once they start taking off, you got to make a quick decision. Make sure this volume right here is flying. It really needs to be kicking if you're going to buy one of these. You don't want it pausing. You don't want to see a few hundred and then it stop. You want this number steadily going. This would be the current candle bar, which would be this one. Once it takes off, you should also see bullish up here. That's an indicator you have volume down here. Just keep your eyes on it. We have cells taking off. CELZ. Got some volume, not a whole lot. It is moving up slowly, but it's stopping. So be cautious. Don't just jump in because they're green. Do a little bit of homework. Good morning, Raphael. If you haven't heard the news or ran upon the conversation on Discord, I do have another indicator coming out this coming weekend. It's currently in testing by several of us. We are not doing away with the V4 and the V6. They are very good indicators. This just adds more ammunition to it. I think it's going to be a good one. I think you'll really enjoy it. Can't wait to get it out there. But I got to get the testing done first. Good morning to you. Looking kind of slow this morning. All we can do is wait. Good morning, James L. Alex, I don't have enough screen space to put all that up there. And really in pre-market, all we need is these two screens and a couple of scans. Good morning, Snow Moon. Yeah, we're not like the other streaming scans you've probably been watching. This one scans watching out for anything that moves. That would cover all of their boxes that they have stacked up on those other scans. We don't need them. We just need this one scan. You don't have to wait for something to be called out one stock at a time. If we have multiple moving, multiple will pop up here. Good job, James. All you have to do is watch it, learn it, pull the trigger. And as always, don't just jump in because you have my indicator that makes it look simple. Continue to study, continue to watch how things work. Dig deep into indicators and what indicators do. Watch the YouTube videos. You need more knowledge than just a pretty little indicator. I can make it look simple, but you still have to learn. Keep that in mind. Don't ever lose that thought. Alex, I'll make you a little video today and I'll put it over in the how to install section. That's a quick one. I'll just do a video on how to adjust a scan. I want to keep things simple, try to cut down on some of these support questions that are basic. And I know a lot of new investors are coming over, and that's really what we need. So I don't mind helping. I'll get it together. We're pretty new, probably going on 5.5 to 6 months now. I'm learning as I go, just like you are. Pretty quiet right now. Nothing moving. So Mimi, that's a good idea. But you know, I have how-to videos right above support. But it seems that people would rather post it in support than to click on the right channel and get the answer. I guess they just want to talk, chat, meet me. If I could just get them to click on the proper channels, I think I'd have a lot less support questions. Of course, a lot of people are new to Discord. They don't know to click on what or where. So if you're new to Discord, explore the channels on the left. Some of them are stock trading channels. There's a how-to, current setup. That's where you actually start. Maybe I should call current setup start here. I'll figure it out. Good morning, Chuck. This AVTX didn't pop up on my scan because it's below my minimal threshold of 25 cents. This is why you need to join our Discord. You see they're talking about stocks down in the chat. You can probably find that conversation over in Discord, probably under the penny stock channel. You'll get some hot stocks. You just need to explore, start learning. I knew it was Gregster. Thank you very much, Bob Smith. Actually, y'all cover it every day, and I really appreciate that. I'm not available all the time. I'm a multitasker. I move from one project to the next. If I'm not here live streaming, I'm doing coding. If I'm not coding, I'm talking to customers or checking on jobs, watching the construction company as well. Good morning, Scott. I know the feeling. I felt like I was missing something all day long because I didn't do the live stream yesterday. But I had to leave early. I didn't want to start something. I had to leave. Sometimes that can happen. I don't know why I keep getting these audio alerts from YouTube. The audio's fine, right? Good morning, Josie. Thank you. I think Schwab has a server lagging this morning. Some of these I click on and they take a second to load. My speed's way up, so I don't think it's going to be on me. I would like to see something move. Probably not going to move till the top of the hour. We need some dynamite news to come out. And of course, if news comes out and it's good, it'll be shown right here in this column because that stock will take off. You'll be first to know. So if you've never set this up before, it's best to put this volume spike over in your Market Watch tab. All of these are Market Watch tabs. They're just disconnected. I detached them and drug them over here. You can tell that by this little tab on the bottom. That means they came from the Market Watch tab. Once you set it up in your Market Watch, all you have to do is in the top left corner is change and monitor all of your scans in one watch list. You don't have to put this in every watch list. Just build one good one and change your scans. Yeah, it's been going on since Monday. I don't know why. Raphael, yeah, I switched a few weeks ago. Yesterday, when I couldn't be here, I tried to bring it up on my mobile device, but for some reason, Schwab mobile came up and it kept telling me to log in and it wouldn't let me log in. Even though I knew I had the right username and password, I could not bring it up on my phone. Okay, Jose, thank you for clarifying that. I can't tell if you're male or female on my end. You could have been Josie. Now I know you are Jose. Times have really changed since I've grown up. When I'm in the grocery store now, before I say sir or ma'am, I wait for them to turn around because you don't know anymore. Just going with the flow here. Penny stock taking off here. Maybe just a couple of buyers. Remember I said don't just jump in on a green candle. Unless you are a penny stock pro and you know what you're doing. And I am not a penny stock pro, so I don't trade them. And that's probably one on Gregster's list. That's why you need to pay attention to that penny stock channel. Yeah, you got to be careful. If you're not 100% sure, then don't buy it. If you're looking for an entry, it's probably not ready to trade for you. If I know I need to get in, that's when I really hit them. They'll be obvious. They won't be going up and down. They'll be just going with lots of volume. But if it has volume and then it pauses and then you see a little red and then you see a green and then you see a red and it pauses and then the volume rush comes, it's going to be a hard one to trade. You'll know the good ones. They'll just fly. You have to keep in mind you're not going to win every trade. Just make sure if you're wrong, you cut your losses short. Don't wait for recoveries. They cost money. Just get out, wait for the next one. A lot of people make that mistake. They'll get in and it'll drop 10 or 15 cents. They'll be down $100. They hang on thinking it's going to turn around. The next thing you know, they're down $150. You can't do that. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Just get out. You'll even get out and then it'll go up. And then you'll say, I wished I would have stayed in. That happens. It's part of trading. You don't believe me? Wait till I buy something. I'll get out. And when I get out, you should buy because they always go up. Me too, Gregster. I just want to click a bunch of buttons and walk away and come back at the end of the day and I made money. We know that'll never happen, right? So this is exactly what we do. We watch for this volume spike to take off, and it just did. Now it's back. This is why you keep watching them. The volume will come, the volume will stop, and it'll disappear, and it'll jump right back in when more buyers come. You confirm this crossover. You confirm the arrows are kicking in. You look for a bullish up here, and you look for buyers down here. That tells you people are on this stock. So that's a 9-cent gain on a 40-cent stock. A good rule to keep in mind is you see these two moving averages without even focusing on the price. Focus on the moving averages. I'm currently running a 5 and 13. I didn't have time yesterday to change it over as the default on a new download. But you want these moving averages to be pointing north like you see here. Not concentrating on the price, but the moving averages alone pointing north. And you're pretty safe to get in when you see this, no matter what the price is doing. These moving averages tell the story. It's a longer trend rather than watching an up and down and an up and down and an up and down. Have a good day, Mr. Rodriguez. So if you look down in the chat, you can see Gregster does his homework. He's telling you what's going on. You just have to read it, study it, and listen to what he's telling you. Check out the penny stock channel. If you're a penny stock trader, Greg is really doing a good job over there. Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Everybody always says, why are you giving it away? Why aren't you charging? That's not my point. My point is I want people to learn. I want you to be profitable. I'm not looking to bleed you out of your bucks. I want a group of investors that study. We're all one big happy family. We're all helping each other. We're all looking for stocks. We're all keeping each other informed. That's how you trade. You build a community, get everybody working together, and everybody becomes profitable. Good morning, Old Thumb. I'm just waiting on a bull market. That's what I'm waiting on. I'll just do the 1 or 2 trades a week, hit them hard. Try not to miss them. I missed the WE yesterday. If I can get 2 good trades a week, I'll be satisfied with that. That's better than none. But I'm not going to get desperate and start clicking on everything that moves, because that's how you lose money. Wait for the setup. When you're 100% certain, hit it hard. Grab what you can and get out. That penny stock is still flying. Those indicators are still pointing north. If you haven't changed these indicators over to 5 and 13, you probably should. This is how you do it. You click on Studies, Edit Studies, you hit this little gear icon, and you change this buy and this sell to 5 and 13. And you click OK, then you apply it, then you click OK, and you'll be set. So when you change these moving averages, it also changes the trigger on the arrow. Everything's tied together. You make one change and everything changes. Good morning, Gigi and Gil. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, here's the link. Come and join us. Watch the videos. That YouTube link I just posted you will also have a link over to Discord. Come and join over 850 investors. So far, only one penny stock moving this morning. CSSE. Looks like it may be done. or I should say done, until the next group of buyers come in and see that it's rising, and they may try to push it up further. You can see the moving averages laying over. Once they start laying over like this, it's probably pretty much going to start channeling sideways or consolidating or squeezing. I think all those three words mean the same thing. If you're just popping in, we're watching this volume spike column for anything that takes off. You can see that penny stock's trying to go some more. Other people are finding it. They come in groups in pre-market. They're not as blessed as you are. They didn't know it was moving until they found it later. They had to go search for it. We don't do that here. We knew the moment it took off. If you're new here, I'll do another walkthrough about 7:15. I just did one a little bit ago. You can see these indicators, these labels are really watching after it. They're telling you it's bearish. Down here, it's telling you more sellers than buyers. When it's jumping back and forth like that, it's undecided. So each one of these arrows was a volume spike. It's telling you, hey, I'm moving up. First thing you do is check those moving averages and check that volume. Make sure you got steady volume coming in. Pre-market's a little tricky. A lot of people ask me, well, what volume do you look for? Well, in pre-market, a stock can have no volume, and then all of a sudden there's 1 million buyers. That's typical for pre-market. That's why we use the volume spike. We want to know the moment that stock starts moving. Really, the only thing you need to confirm is that the volume continues to come in. Confirm that crossover. It gets easier the more you do it. May sound complicated to you if you're new, but it's not. Just be glad you weren't the one that had to set all this up. You just get to use it. SLE is making a slight move here. We're just going to watch it. Not seeing a whole lot of volume, only 12,000 shares traded on the last volume bar. Probably not going to go far, but we knew the moment it started. About 5 more minutes before the top of the hour. Maybe some news will come out. Maybe a stock will start moving before the top of the hour in anticipation of news. We just need to focus right here, right on this column. SWVL just triggered. Not seeing a whole lot of volume. That's what I'm watching. We don't want just somebody bought 1,000 shares. We want to see the buyers move in. That right there is exactly why you don't just jump in. So this stock probably had no volume. Somebody bought 1,000 shares or so, and it popped up over here with just that minimal purchase because there was no volume. SLE moving again. Still got 2 minutes to go before the top of the hour. These are the ones that may move. They may be getting in early before 7 o'clock. Maybe they know something. We know it's moving. If you've never used this indicator before, let's say, for instance, the volume spike went off, and when you clicked on it, you see this green candle. What you really need to do is wait for this pullback, then wait to see if the buyers come back in, and you would enter down here somewhere. Because if you just saw it and you bought, you're negative at this point. Try to avoid the negativity. Wait for these pullbacks. If the buyers come back in, that's when you would enter. Don't chase the green candles. You'll lose almost every time. If they're serious about bringing it up, it'll turn right around and go right back up. It is now 7 o'clock. The scan refreshed. I just saw that. We're watching numbers. Maybe SLE is the one. Watching the volume. It has nice volume now. It's already exceeded the volume in the last candle, which is here. I really think it's struggling to get up there. And it may be because it's near its high, which would be here. Always zoom out, get the bigger picture so that you know where you are before you enter. If you're only looking at this much of the stock, you may be way down here on a drop. You don't know because you didn't look in the past to see what's going on. May even consider going to a 15-minute chart before you enter any stock. Zoom out a little bit. Think we're going up to retest the high on SLE. Maybe we'll break through that high. I'll zoom it in a little bit so you can keep an eye on it. This is where I would apply a pullback strategy. It broke the high. I would wait for the price to go through, turn around, bounce off of this high, and return back up. I would try to time this bounce. Since it came back down below the high, this is a resistance line. It may pull back down. Still resisting at that level. All right, looks like we broke through. Now, it could just run up here and I would pretty much miss it, but I'm going to wait to see if it turns around, comes back down, and then bounces. So if it can't get back down through this line, that's when you would want to make a decision. If it can't get through, chances are it's going to go back up. And sometimes they just go. You can't predict them. So we had good early notification on this one. It was a rough ride up to this point, but we did trigger right in here somewhere. That's how good this setup is. It let us know right at the start. This is where I wanted to pull back. I wanted to come all the way back down. Maybe we'll get that. It may not make it all the way back down before the next run up. It can do that as well. But I would love to see a pullback before the next run up. That's when the big money would come in. This would be called buy the dip right here. I wait on more than just a dip. I wait on a pullback. Some people buy the dip. We may come back down for that retest of this level. And we may not, but we do know it's setting up for something. The volume seems to have died. So what you hear me explaining is how I trade. You may not trade like me. Maybe you've perfected your own strategy. And if that's the case, just apply these indicators to your strategy and run with it. I'm not expecting you to be exactly like me. I'm expecting you to learn, find your hot spot and use it. Find what works for you. Thank you, Mr. Howard. Still wanting to come down and test that level? Is MMM, is that a symbol? All right. I kind of thought it was an expression. I wasn't sure. Since the volume is dying, I don't think this is going to end up being a retest. I think it's going to start channeling sideways. The run could be over. You would have had to gamble to get anything out of this. You would have had to guess the breakthrough of this level. I know there's some risk takers out there. Some people just get in. I don't. I wait for a setup. We'll continue to watch it, see if we get a bounce here. Good morning, Coach. I really don't like the way it's responding. The buyers are not really coming in heavy like I would like to see. I would like to say this is just profit takers from the run up, but it doesn't appear to be that. It appears to be they're bailing out on it. But this is a good way to look at it. You can be a risk taker and gamble your money if you want to be a gambler. I'm not. I like setups. Or you wait for a breakthrough of a certain level and a pullback before the next run up. That's my strategy. So if I would have just jumped in right here at large share size, I would already have had to get out right here, which is only 10 cents difference, providing I could have captured that 10 cents. I don't like getting in and having to get right out. I want to see a continuing run up. That's why I wait on pullbacks. Pullbacks will confirm that the trend going upwards is real. Good morning, NASCAR. So while it's kind of quiet, I'll do a demo. I am Ricky Gaspard. I am a guy that trades from his home office. I've been trading since 1990. I am also a ThinkScript coder. I write my own indicators and scripts, and I'm giving them away if you want to use them. Everything is free here. Let me check these stocks before I keep talking. So I've coded this volume spike indicator. All we do every day is watch for volume spikes in stocks. Once we get a spike, we confirm that we have a moving average crossover. I also coded this. If we get a crossover, we wait for green arrows to pop in. This candle here is measured by this label. It's bearish right now. It'll change to bullish if the buyers come in, and it'll keep going. Down here is the total volume of that stock. Right here, we confirm that we have more buyers than sellers. We currently have more sellers. So to make it simple, volume spike, click on it, confirm the crossover, confirm the arrows, green and green, check the volume, make sure it's flying, and make your decision to get in or not. That's how you do it. If you haven't joined our YouTube channel, there's a link in the description. Join us. It's all free. Watch all of the videos, the old ones and the new ones. You'll learn something from every one of them, whether they're old or not. And join our Discord channel where there's over 850 people. Everybody's helping everybody. You'll find many channels over there, penny stock picks, large caps, options, futures. We have pretty much everything. Everybody's teaching. If you have questions, post them in the support channel. If I can't get to them, somebody else will. We are all a team here. When you join us, you become family. Check out all the rooms on the left. If you're new, start with current setup. It'll get you set up. This is what we like to see. Looking at the volume, it's flying. So start with current setup, get yourself set up. It'll help you install this volume spike indicator and this pullback strategy. There's only 3 things to install: this setup, this label, and this volume spike. Over in TOS scans, I have numerous scans. And in TOS scripts, these are all channels in Discord. I have a lot of scripts. You'll find something that works for you. Currently, this one's really rocking it. We get early notifications, sometimes multiple choice in this column. This works better than a paid subscription. I think you'll realize that once you join us. So joining us could save you that prescription fee, or subscription, not prescription. Sometimes we need a prescription, we make a wrong choice. Barbara, if you join our Discord, just head right on over to current setup. It'll walk you right through it, steps 1, 2, and 3. If you get stuck, somebody will help you, maybe me. You are welcome. So this was the resistance level on this one. This was the high. Maybe this one will pull back and shoot back up. Two stray dogs, you're asking me to be a fortune teller. I can't predict the market. All we can do is watch the play and figure that out. You see the volume coming back in and the indicators turn north and the arrows pop back in? Maybe so. We may have a pullback play here. I don't like all of these tall candle wicks. All of these tall candle wicks are sellers driving it back down. This is where you have to have a little bit of knowledge. You need to learn. Yeah, it's going to be a bounce play, it looks like. We did retest that level right here. You can see that green candle broke through, but it did not continue through. Volume is still strong, but we have sellers outnumbering the buyers, and it's now bearish. But it's holding its price. Retesting that level again. Looks like it did find support there. It did not stay below it. It's really choppy though, so use caution. You can see there's a lot of red mixed in with these green. Probably not a good safe play. Could end up turning into a risk play. Me, I would pass. But that's just me. And since I said that, it'll go up $3. That's how unpredictable the market can be. Robert says SLE is back on the move. Look like we are channeling, consolidating, or squeezing, whichever term you want to use. So if it continues to keep the price around this level, it'll probably move up again later, maybe just before market open or at market open, if it supports this price range. One to put on your watch list. Always make a personal watch list. Add these pre-market movers to it. Monitor them at market open. So you should be building a list as these things move every morning. So the last stock that did this exact same thing was last week. ICCT ran up, supported the price for quite some time, actually, and then it flew. That's why you put them in a private watch list, one that don't disappear. Saw that one moving down here in the all stock scan. Volume is pretty light. That's why it's not triggering up here. Then I wasn't really watching. It could have flashed up here and disappeared. I always watch the price over here. This stock between the numbers is only 3 cents. I don't buy them when there's no money in them. I mean, this big tall green candle, 32, 832 to 45. So this is only 10 cents, which may be enough for some people. You may be happy with 10 cents. I like to trade the higher price range where there's quarters and 50 cents between these numbers. Not enough money between them numbers for me to jump in. And it's not in my price range. Now it has changed to a nickel between these two numbers. It was 3 cents earlier, but it's pulling back. Good morning, Jesse. You didn't catch my message yesterday. I did get the earnings scan running again. It seemed to have quit when we changed over to Schwab. It is now working. So it's going to find every company that has earnings either yesterday or today. Yesterday, so you can keep up with them the day after earnings. And today, so you can get in on earnings. So you don't have to check them all. If they're not spiking from their earnings report, they're probably not moving. You can find this earnings scan on Discord in TOS scans. You are welcome. That way you don't have to chase news. It'll be right here in front of you all the time. Well, maybe not in this live stream, but because I like to switch things around. So this scan is looking at pre-market. This one is looking at the rest of the market. So kind of keep my eye on both. And probably shorten this one up a little bit since we only have a few at the top. Turn the phone down, Mr. Gaspard. That's what I forgot to do this morning. Good morning, Wyatt. Glad you could join us. Good morning, Top. While nothing's moving, let's take a look at the SPY, see which direction we may be heading. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. Look at the big picture. Looks like the SPY is either squeezing or channeling. It did have a big spike down, but it recovered. SLE still supporting that price level. I always watch the all stock scan. If I see VXX pop up, then I know the SPY is going down. Whenever the SPY is going down, the VXX is going up. So it helps me to keep from flipping from chart to chart. If I see VXX in this list, I know what the SPY is doing automatically. So if you're new here, we're watching this spike list column. We're watching for movers. Once we see a mover, we click on it. We come over here and we confirm that we have a crossover of the moving averages. and that we see volume spike arrows popping in. We confirm that with a bullish label up here when it pops in, and the buyers will be outnumbering the sellers. When that happens, we catch runs like this. And we know immediately when they start moving, they'll pop up right here. If you haven't joined our YouTube channel, that's where you need to start. There's the link. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Everything here is free. Make YouTube pay me for a cup of coffee. Watch the videos. Watch the sponsor ads. That's how I make a few cents. It helps pay me for your free education. Please pay it forward like that. It doesn't cost you any money, just a little time. Once you subscribe to our YouTube channel, go over and join our Discord. You can find our Discord in the description of every YouTube channel. But I'll post it here this morning. Give you quick access. There's over 850 investors over there. Everybody's helping everybody. It's a great learning channel for beginners and advanced. We'd love to have you on board. Come make some money with us. A little bit slow right now. We're coming up on that 8 o'clock hour. It'll probably be pretty much dead till 8:30 when the market opens. About 8:05, I'll take a 10-minute break. When I return, we'll set up for market open. That only takes a few changes. I would love to see a lot of buyers come back into this stock. It is supporting this price level. Almost every time I see this, eventually the stock takes off in the upward direction. This comes from experience. You'll pick up on this the more you learn. It does fail. It can fail. Anything can fail in the market. But overall, most times, stocks that do this, they will blast up into the air. This is a support level. It has not broken below it. It tested it a few times, but it has not gone below it. This would be the high, right up here. I think last week that ICCT was about $5, and I think it gave us $2 gain. It did this exact same thing. It only takes one good one. If you hit it hard enough, you can make a week's pay in a matter of minutes. Still has a little bit of life in it. Volume is quite low. Watching for spikes. That's what I'm doing. That's what you should be doing. I have SLE in my personal watch list. I'm watching for spikes on it when it's not on the chart. Looks like we may be getting ready to run back up to this level here. It is bullish, under 1%, but it's bullish. Volume's kicking back in. Moving averages are starting to turn north. Not seeing any spike arrows yet. Volume switching back and forth from sellers to buyers. No bullish indicator. You should do the same thing that you just heard me do. Walk yourself through it. Keep walking yourself through it. Know what you're looking at. Everything doesn't line up, it's not a play. That's a good example. We didn't have the buyers, we didn't have the spike. We saw the price moving, tempting us to get in. But all of the indicators didn't line up. Now look. Coming up on the top of the hour, hopefully something will move, maybe SLE. I'll be watching the volume spike indicator. Bob, I think I have a tick chart video. I don't know how detailed it is. It may just be an introduction to tick charts. You may want to watch it. Let me know if I need to get into detail on a tick chart. I will do that for you. Put out a video. I listen to you guys. Remember that if you need something, you need to let me know. You're not understanding. That's a stumbling block for you. If you let me know, maybe I can clear it up. Bob, it's really pretty simple. I wait for the tick chart to pull way back. I only have the 5 and the 13 moving average on it. No indicator whatsoever, just the 2 moving averages. I'll wait for a strong pullback and a crossover. Once that's confirmed, that's where I plan my entry. And I do the reverse to exit. I wait till it gets to the top, confirm the crossover, back towards the downward side, and I get out. That's really all there is to it. You play it just like a chart, but it's much faster. You wait for the drop. Wait for the crossover, get in, let it rise. Wait for the crossover, get out. Don't try to play a dip on a tick chart. The dips are pretty much can sting you every now and then. Wait for a strong pullback on the tick chart. Good morning, Sicilian. Watching the numbers. That's how I spotted that one. Have a nice strong bullish signal right here. Little bit weak on the buyers. It's moving pennies between the numbers, 2 cents. Heading on up. Once you get used to what's happening here, you'll probably play trades like this. Because you'll get used to knowing what's really a confirmation. This mainly happens in the lower price stocks, not necessarily in one that costs $10 a share. And it mainly happens in pre-market or if good news comes out. And you've heard me say it before, I don't play the cheaper stocks. That's not 100% true. If it looks good enough, I'll grab some, but not normally. You can see AXLA's making its way to the top of the list. They do move up as the moving average, as this percentage increases, they'll move up the ladder. The only issue with that is if you're not watching it, you'll never know it moves up unless you have clicked on it. I only notice if I click on them and the blue line starts moving up. Of course, my vision isn't the greatest. Maybe you can spot things like that. And I don't know what that is. I think that must have been the ThinkorSwim server. Let's try that again. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it on SLE. I'm going to take a 10-minute break here before the market opens. Go get you some coffee, stretch your legs, rest your eyes. I shall return. All right, I am back. I see SLE is now losing. It's getting weaker. I was hoping it would hold. Let's see where the SPY is at the moment. Let's see where we're headed. Still kind of channeling to the right. Looks like we may take a downward turn at market open. Market seems to be pretty quiet in both watch lists. Doesn't look like I can pull up ARM. Oh, it's not coming up yet. I can't pull it up, Robert. So ARM is a IPO that will start trading today. Don't know what time. Robert says it's the biggest in history. Sounds like Robert did his homework. If you don't know Robert, he is very helpful on Discord. He also pitches in his knowledge, just like everybody else. It's me, Bob, will help you with options. Plus, I think we have a few others joining him now. Gregster's on the penny stocks. SLE is really selling off. If you're just popping in, I am Ricky Gaspard. I am a guy that trades from his home office. I've been trading since 1990. I am also a ThinkScript coder. I coded this volume spike indicator, which performs like a paid subscription service. This is our pre-market scan. This volume spike indicator lets you know the moment something starts moving. You can apply it to your market watch list and watch all of your scans through the one watch list, whichever one. So whatever watch list you select, you can monitor it with this volume spike to let you know if anything's moving in your watch list. Once we get one that triggers over here, I created this pullback strategy. It consists of the 8 and the 21 moving average. Once we get a spike, we confirm that we get a crossover of the moving averages. We confirm that we get the green arrows, which are spike arrows. Those arrows and this movement is confirmed by a bullish indicator that pops up here. Down here you see the overall volume of the stock. I have coded a script that says sellers or buyers, whichever one's stronger. Right now the sellers are stronger. So we watch for volume spikes, we click on them, hopefully we get them into them low. We watch for the arrows to cross over green and green. We check this current volume candle to make sure the buyers are coming in, then we make our decision to buy. Once you do this a couple times, it'll be like spike. I see the crossover, I see the green and the green, I see the arrows, I see the volume, and you make your decision to buy. It can be done in less than 30 seconds. Sometimes faster. For me, I just can do it in a second. You'll get that way too. If you haven't joined our YouTube channel, that's where you start. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch the videos, like the videos, share the videos. Watch them over and over and over until you learn. Watch the old ones, watch the new ones. They all will teach you something. Join our Discord channel where we have over 850 investors. Some of them are teaching different types of trading. Some of them are posting stock picks. We have a support channel over there if you need help. When you first join the Discord, head over to Current Setup. And you can get set up with this indicator and these labels and this volume spike indicator. Once you get set up, come to these live sessions, watch how they work. I have other scripts available in TOS scans and TOS scripts. So you can have a party. Start playing with all of the new toys. They're all profitable. Just learn them. Thank you for being with us this morning. Hope to get you on board. It's all free. How can you pass on that? So let's change over to our market open scan. What we're going to do is we're going to bring the all stocks scan over here. We're going to right click on the name volume spike, edit formula. We're going to change this back to 100. You don't know what 100 is. This would be 1%. So if a stock moves at least 1%, it will pop up in this list. Some of you may prefer 2%. Some may prefer 3%. You have to find your magic number with what works for you. Once you change it to 100, click Apply and OK. You'll see it refresh, and now all the stocks that are above 1% will show up. I also like to sort by marked percent change at market open from the highest to the lowest. I want to monitor the top percent gainers at market open. Down here, I just choose a random watch list. Every morning, I kind of switch around. Sometimes I put it on high of day. We can do that today. So if a stock hits high of day at market open, it should pop up right here. Over here we have earnings. If anything moves at market open for earnings. And it's that simple. You could actually save this as a setup. You would click the setup button, the top right of your ThinkorSwim. Save the workspace as market open. You can save the other one as PreMarket. You won't have to make these changes every day. You just go to setup and select the one you want. And you'll be good to go. So we have about 3 minutes to go before market open. This column is going to get very busy. I'm going to lower this one down some right here, because we're going to get very few high days at the beginning. I'm going to bring this one down. So it's going to get very volatile. Pick and choose wisely. I don't play the first green candle, so I'm not going to just be buying when I see green. I'll be watching for pullbacks. If they run up, I wait for them to pull back to see if they're going to run up even more. That's when I enter, is on that pullback. To me, that's the safest play, because I've seen so many green candles become bigger red candles right on the next candle. I try to avoid being crushed by the market. So when the bell rings, good luck to everybody. I may go silent if I'm trading, but I'll always come back. Pick and choose wisely. This is your hard-earned money. Don't just jump in and waste it. If I see something good, I'll click on it, but don't trade off of my screen. My screen is delayed. Don't chance it. You could lose a lot of money. Sometimes I'm delayed 15 seconds. This morning it seems to be about 5 to 7. If you're going to trade this system, do it off of your machine, not off of these live streams. Three seconds. Good luck, everybody. Going to watch SLE here. It could pop. I actually thought it would sell off at open. It still may. We do not have a crossover. We don't have confirmation anywhere. Once this volatility slows down, we'll reach back up here and sort by volume spike. Right now, we just have a bunch of pending orders executing. Nothing set in stone. Seeing a lot of red on the earnings. That's negativity. Nothing is hitting high of day. Need SLE to break through that resistance line right there. It did. I want it to come back down and retest it. That's when I would get in. Right now, we don't know where it's going. Could be a bunch of hopefuls. Could go to the moon. I'm not a predictor. That's what I mean right there. I'm watching the tick chart. The tick chart is red. It's trying to turn down. So it was rejected at that 260 level. Don't fall for traps. That's why you watch these things. That's why you wait for the breakthrough and the return to test that level. Don't fall for these traps. You could get caught and lose a lot of money. Market's quieting down. There'll probably be another big flow come through shortly. Let's check the SPY real quick. SPY is still kind of just channeling. Could move up. No volume on that one. SLE really sold off. Aren't you glad you didn't fall for that one? That's why I don't buy these first green candles. They cost me thousands. I learned my lesson. I paid for it. There's that other rush coming through. This one must have had a good earnings report. Looks like the investors are still trying to decipher if it was good or bad. Good 10 cents between the numbers. Another good flow coming through the volume spike indicator. Not a whole lot of volume in this stock, but some. The tick chart on this stock is kind of flat. So we do have a retest here, right there. This would be the high. We could get a bounce play here. Possible 30-cent gain if we can get it to bounce back up to the top resistance line. Maybe 25 cents, depending on when you get in, maybe 20. Looks like it's going to fail. Since we've calmed down in the market, reach up here and sort them back to the top. Just click on it once. It should go right back up. That way we can catch any of the strong stocks that are left over that may move up. This looks really good. Lots of volume, buyers and bullish. It's like some profit takers right there. Let's see if they just profit takers or if it sells off. Moving averages are pointing north. We do not have confirmation yet. Don't have bullish up here. We do have some buyers coming in. Volume is kind of low. There's support and resistance lines. You have to go up to the next time frame. So if you're trading a 1 minute, if you go to the 5, you'll be able to put the lines in on the highs and the lows. If you look back You need it to touch at least twice if it's a certain level. Like this one touched once. I wouldn't call this a level. Looks like just a curl over. I'll do a video on support and resistance soon. I've been tied up with some coding, but I'll get that out there for you. Nice volume. The indicators are trying to pop in. So I would actually set a line right here at this high. And I usually wait for the pullback. It looks like it pulled all the way back to here. But then I want it to break through this resistance line, come back down and retest it and shoot up. If you do this, you miss some plays, but the ones you do get, you nail them. It's all about having patience, letting the play set up instead of just jumping in. You can pretty much do this. You don't have to worry about the pass, really. You can mark the highs, wait for the pullback, and mark it. If it bounces off of it, wait till it breaks through the resistance, comes back down, retests it, and shoots up. You can do this all day long, just by this high and this low, right at the end of the candle run. Doesn't necessarily have to hit a level in the past, long as it'll participate right here. This is WE that I missed yesterday. I missed $1.50 or a $2 run right around, I think it was 130 or 230. I got distracted, looked up, and I was too late. It was upsetting. We can zoom out on this one, see where we are. We're down there towards the bottom. It's a bounce off the bottom. Lots of red in the market right now. That might drag it down. Yeah, we need to break through that level. I don't like the sell-off in pre-market, though. I would much rather have seen it just channeling sideways through pre-market, showing that it had support for the price level it was at. Not a big sell-off down to a bottom. Lots of red in the market. Not seeing much anything getting past 2%. If one were to really take off, you would see 3%, 4%, 5%. I'm not seeing that in the overall market. I see red coming in every now and then. Go back and look at the SPY while we're quiet. See if it made a direction. It's channeling sideways. SLE sold off. WE consolidating in this range. NVIDIA looks like it's on the move, but it's out of my price range. There's that AXLA. Let's change this over to the slow crawlers, see if we can pick something up. Move this up a little bit. Nothing really strong this morning. Couple of bump ups, but then they bump right back down. Come on, ThinkorSwim, don't do me like this. There we go. WE rejected again at $4.99. Let's take a look at the gap and run scan. You'll find all of these scans on Discord. And ThinkorSwim is laggy for me this morning. So these gap and run scans, this means that the stock opened higher than yesterday's close and that they have a good chance of slowly running up after market open. They're usually quite low on volume, but they are sometimes profitable. They're not real volatile. That's a good thing about them. But it's slow money. So far, no play for me today. Nothing that I was confident enough to click the mouse button. Thank you for that post, Old Thumb. The high flyers doesn't need to be updated, if that's the scan you're talking about. So if the moving averages don't line up, you're not going to see anything on the high flyers. In order for a stock to land here, the 8 has to be above the 21 above the 34 above the 55. So the EMAs are stacked in the proper order, and the price needs to be above the 8 moving average for a stock to show up here. James, I don't understand your comment. Are you saying you can't go to Discord, or you can? What we need is some volume to come back into the market. We need this bear market to go away. Everything's getting drugged down. When you have low volume, the price ranges get really narrow, like $4.98 to $5. I've seen even some high price stocks that are only moving pennies and nickels because of lack of volume. That's what's really affecting us now, is trader confidence. Nobody likes this market. They're kind of sitting on their hands. We don't have a lot of force behind a trade. We have to rely on this volume spike indicator to try to find where some buyers may be. That's where the big help comes in. Yeah, you should have the latest version. Some things I don't have to update. Mainly the indicators on the chart is all I usually update. Once I post a scan, it's pretty much going to stay the same, unless Charles Schwab makes it not work, like the earnings scan. But I got it going again. Y'all find anything not working, I need to know about it. I just happened upon clicking on this, find out it wasn't loading. I don't know when something happens that's out of my control, so I need notification of that. WE. Still needs to break that level. Still being resisted at 4.99. I know we have some guys that'll trade this channel. I just don't see worth putting a lot of money in between a restricted area. But everybody has their own strategy. That's all that matters. What works for you is what you need. Looks like we finally broke through 4.99. Let's see if it'll come back down and retest it. Volume is extremely low. There's some buyers came in all of a sudden. We do have sellers on board. They come down for the retest. Or it may just pull right back down through it. Looks like the retest may fail. Not seeing a bunch of volume. I don't like when a stock just stops like this. Not really a good trade when they do that. If it had serious buyers, it would just run on up. These moving averages would turn more and more north. The volume would keep kicking. The bullish signal would keep flashing. The buyers would still be there. So it's a weak move. Looks like it's going to take off. It only looks like it. Pretty tough morning. Nothing really set in stone. Nothing giving me confidence to get in. I don't like activity like this. It should have just taken off after the retest. Guess we got to take the good with the bad. Today we're taking the bad. If we was going to move, I would think it would have already taken off. I think buyer confidence is not there. That may be because it's sold off in pre-market.
So, Ricky, I've got a question.
Yes, sir.
So, when we're looking at those EMAs, and okay, let me back up. When we know that we're looking at the column, we see the percentages is going up. Now, click on the chart, look at it, we're seeing that volume continues to come in. So, when we're seeing all that, and we look to the left a little bit, or I know when you're talking and you're saying that you look to see, you look for the crossovers that just happen to the left. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So you always look to see that you get your down cross before that. Is that right?
Well, I'm looking for it, like you can see my mouse on the screen. I'm looking for it to break the highest level at market open. And then I look for it, once it breaks through that level, I look for support. In other words, it can't break back down through that level. If that's the case, that's when I would consider buying. I mean, we have lots of volume now, but it's kind of struggling. It seems to more buyers are coming in now. So would it have been a good play here? Probably so. But for me, I didn't like how it was struggling to get here. So I always watch for the break of support and resistance levels, like either pull down to the lower level and then bounce up and break through this level. Once it breaks through, I don't just jump in because this can happen here. But it did come back down here and retest that level again, and then it did take off. But because of this, I don't have much confidence in this. Now, I could be totally wrong. It could take off and hit $10. I'm just not liking the activity of this stock.
Looks like it may have potential just to start coming right back down.
Right now, it's just a tease to me.
Okay.
A good stock, it's really going to kick. I mean, you'll really know it. It'll go up here, it'll immediately come down, volume will kick in, and it'll fly. If it's not,
that's one thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You have to wait on everything to play out accordingly. Like we had to cross over the arrows. We don't have a bullish. We don't have buyers outnumbering the sellers. It was doing that in this area. Now it's doing it in this area. So once they trigger and fire, if they're a good one, you're going to see this volume continue to kick. It'll be a quick rollover, back down and back up. This one's been hesitating the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care that I missed 10 or 15 cents. What I do care about is, can I catch 30 or 40? So it's continuing to struggle.
So when it starts to pull back or volume, typically it'll go down little by little, right? And then if it gets that big, that buying volume comes pouring in, that got to get that candle to break that resistance, and then typically, and I keep saying that strongly because I know nothing's for sure, but typically you want to see your and I'm asking while I'm saying this, but typically you want to see your volume going, continuing to rise. Is that correct?
That is correct. You want to see this current candle continually flowing in higher and higher and higher. And you can look at the last candle bar. It was 375,000. Well, this one's only at 66. So now we have less participants in the stock.
Okay. And do we always look for that current bar be higher than the last bar volume?
That's the best way to look at it.
Okay.
But sometimes you can have a couple of profit takers and the volume will slow down a bit, but then more buyers will come in right after those profit takers and drive it right back up.
Okay.
Selling's going to be slower than the volume when the buyers come in. So it's kind of trickling now. People don't know if they should sell or stay in.
See, I think I feel like that's where a lot of my trades happen. At the moment, I'm thinking, okay, here's a good time for me to potentially get in, and then I kind of find out it's right at the beginning, I guess, if that's what you want to say, or if that's how you want to word it.
So
that's what I'm trying to
you have to just watch these things. You have to kind of learn price action as well. So price action would be, how is the price reacting to the volume and to the crossovers? You want to see these candles getting bigger and bigger, or at least holding the same size and continuing to go up. It's always going to pull back some, no matter what. But you want to make sure the spikes are in. The spikes are telling you there's more buyers than sellers. Like this is probably, I don't know, it's just not for me. Somebody else may say this was good enough for me, and I'll hang on to it and see where it goes. I'm just not a see where it goes kind of trader. I like confidence. I like a lot of volume. I like to see this thing shooting to the moon. I like to see the indicators are all green. I like to be sure, but I'm not a small share size trader. A guy that trades smaller share size, thinks totally different than I do.
Yeah, I've been following you long enough to know. I know you always do it real big.
I try to do just 2 trades a week, 3 trades a week, and make a week's pay. I'm not the guy that wants 5 or 6 trades a day. Your risk gets higher when you make that many trades. You may be in profit. The next thing you know, you lost your profit. So I prefer to just hang around for the good ones and hit them hard.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to get. Started getting into this trading journey. Real easy to make those several trades throughout the day.
Right.
And yeah, but I've already hit that point where obviously this ain't gonna. I mean, there's no way I can't make any real money if I'm gonna sit here and make several trades a day and in the day with very, very little. And sometimes, nothing. And a lot of the times just break even, so that's whenever I made a choice like, man, I'm gonna do something that I can really focus on and something that will cut down and kind of like, just like you said, I mean, obviously you try to make the most minimum trades, throughout a week's time, but that's because you wait for your setup, in the way that you see things. That's all I'm trying to do. 2 trades a week and know that I'm pretty good instead of making 100 trades a week. And it might be a week where I came out a little bit ahead. It might be a week where I came out a little bit in the red, but I'm tired of all that mold.
Yeah, you have to let time play its course as well. You sound like you're pretty new to trading this way, and most of them are. Most of the subscribers have never seen this kind of trading. But over time, and it's not something that's going to happen in a week or a month, if you watch these all day long, or at least a couple of hours a day, you start picking up on certain things, the way stocks move, and you become more confident in your trading. And another thing that you're facing right now as a new to this style is we're in a down market. So fighting a bearish market when you're trying to buy things that are going up, it's kind of like we're going against the odds. So it'll be much easier for you if we were in a bull market as a beginner, because you're not going to have every John Doe trying to drive the stock down. So it's harder for y'all to learn in this market than in a good market, but it's better that you learn in this market so you'll be well prepared for the next bear market. Markets change from day to day. Like we could be in a bear market and tomorrow we could have the biggest bull rally you've ever seen. And then it goes away the next day.
Well, that'd be nice. Maybe if we.
Yeah, right now we're all just hoping, right? We're hoping for something better.
Yeah.
So don't think you're doing something wrong all the time. You may be doing it right, but the market's dragging it down. And thank you for your question. I'm sure other people may be having the same issue. They think they're doing something wrong when they may be doing it right. So never be afraid to chime in and ask me questions. That's why I'm here.
It's just that it has a lot to do with the conditions of the market as a whole and kind of where we're at, kind of like what you were explaining.
We cannot control it. you'll see that when this market turns around, and unfortunately, I don't think it's going to turn around till the administration gets straightened out. But once it turns around, you'll see you'll have multiple choice of stocks to buy that are going up. Right now, we're catching 5 or 6 a week, if that many. Unless you're playing big caps or you are playing regular swing trading.
And boss is, and it's a penny stock. I know you typically look at the higher price stock, but it's freaking kind of funny right now. They had a real good draw after the market opened. It just
so here's
just acting a little weird there.
Here's a good thing for beginners to do is to find some stocks, not necessarily off of these live streams, but find some stocks that move up and down 50 cents to $1. Start putting them in a watch list. Monitor only the stocks in your watch list. So one day they may be down, one day they may be up, the next day another one might be down, and the next day it's up. And just monitor a selection of stocks that you chose and wait for them to turn up or turn down, whichever way you're playing the market. Don't come here and try to jump in on spikes and hope that one keeps going. If you have a list of stocks that you're watching, they're all going to come down eventually and they're all going to go up eventually. So if you have 10 stocks in your watch list, just monitor them every day and pick up the money you can off of them. Because I'm a scalper, this is the way I trade. I like to wait for a lot of volatility and jump in and make some quick dollars. Where the beginner may be better off creating a list of good stocks that he can afford and just watching those stocks. See you later, old thumb.
So Ricky, kind of off subject. I remember yesterday you talking about you had friends up there in Bedford.
Yes.
Bedford, Texas. Yeah. So, man, I don't know how often you come this way, but if you ever head this way, man, I'd sure like to meet you and sit down and talk with you if you had a minute. If you ever came over in this area. I know you stay busy and all, but yeah, if you ever had enough time, man, I'd like to sit down and just talk with you.
Yeah.
Talk about what we're talking about right now and look over some stuff or whatever. Bedford, that's 15. That's only about 15 miles from where I'm at. It's not far at all.
Yeah, I'm usually up there once a year, and they're usually down here once a year. So we see each other about twice a year.
My wife's telling me to tell you I'll treat you to a steak.
Well, thank you very much for that offer. And the market's dead. It died completely, it looks like.
I know since you've been over here in this area, we got some good restaurants over here. Maybe some that used to be better back in the day, but
so if you're new here, I sign off at 9:30. If you have any questions, type them in the chat box. I'll answer them. But at 9:30, I'm signing off. And I'll be back tomorrow at 6 a.m. I appreciate everyone that joined in this morning. Unfortunately, we didn't get a play. Maybe some of you did. I didn't see anything that met my strategy, so I stayed clean. Back to cash. Maybe I'll see something later today. And I really appreciate you joining. Go over and subscribe to YouTube. Let me get the link for you. Don't miss out on this great opportunity. It's free. How can you pass up free? I don't understand if you can do that. There's the link to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to YouTube. Watch my sponsors. That's how I get paid. Watch all of the videos until you're sick of watching them. Watch the old ones and the new ones. They all contain valuable information. Once you subscribe to YouTube, head over to our Discord channel. There's about 850 traders over there. Some of them are not active. Some of them are. Some of them are sitting on their hands. Some of them are trading. Come on over to Discord and join us. Head over to Current Setup. That's where you start once you join Discord, and you'll get set up on this system. It'll show you how to load these indicators, these labels, and this volume spike. If you have any trouble, leave me a message in support. Somebody will help you if I can't. We're all one big happy family. Come join us and learn. Maybe you can teach us something. You never know.
Ricky, I'll catch up with you guys later on today, man. I sure appreciate your time.
All right. Good luck, bud. Thank you, James. Thank you, Jose. Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Thank you, Nightbreed. Thank you, Michael Anderson. Thank you, everybody. Some of you are shy and you don't want to type in the chat box. Break the shyness, start chatting. That's what it's all about. You can't ask a question if you stay silent. It'll get fun. When the market turns around, you'll become profitable. You'll realize what you're learning is very valuable. You may not get it this week, you may not get it next month, but you'll eventually get it. You just have to study. Thank you, Gregster. Golden Finger Licks. And remember, I'll release that new indicator over the weekend. I'll put a video out on it so everybody knows how to use it. I think you're going to like it. Thank you, Jesse James. Thank you, Bob Smith. You can't learn enough. I'm even teaching myself when I teach you. The more I repeat it, the more it soaks into my brain. Talk about it. Pound it into your brain. Ask questions. View charts. Watch these live streams. That's how you're going to learn. Talk to other investors. Learn what they're doing. Thank you, Installer Pro, Nuck and Tuck. I am in Central Texas, Central Time Zone, Southeast Texas on the water. And we're finally going to get some rain, they say. But I'll believe it when I see it. Thank you, Money Mike. I'm right next to the lake, and the lake stays pretty warm. So we can see a big old thunderhead moving towards us, and all of a sudden it splits in half and goes around us. So we haven't had rain in probably 3 months, 2 months. Really need some rain. Yeah, I lived in Pensacola for 5 years. I know about them 3 o'clock rainstorms in Florida. Tesla. It's kind of looking like it sold off with everything else this morning. You'll just have to watch it, see if some volume comes into it. Looks like it's going to lay flat right here. I can't predict it. It's all about buyers and sellers. You have to watch the spike indicators, watch the labels, watch the crossovers. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Appreciate you joining us. I'll return tomorrow. God bless.